All right, welcome. What we got here is Endless Dungeon, brand new game just released today, which would be the 19th of October. This is a successor or a sequel to Dungeon of the Endless. Now, I never played that, so I have a different opinion and a different perspective coming into it. What I'm going to say is that my judgment is based off of that and the price tag of $30 and the 3.5 hour session that I just did with a buddy of mine. Him and I went through quite a few floors. I didn't have access to the same stuff he did because he was the host, so I didn't know about the some of the crafting stations. We learned that later on in our session and started understanding how to upgrade stuff. Uh, it was fun. It was fun. It had a lot to it. Uh, you got your typical options and such. You have your co-op. You can do quick join or you can do host. Quick join is going to try to find somebody in your vicinity. You can select what area that you want to select. So say here's your region. You could do that for quite a lot of regions. So that way it can help find people that are closer to you. You can also host, which allows you to only have people that you invite. That way you can just, do a group session of your friends. Now, the game itself. As you saw, I just clicked on moving or entering the saloon. The saloon is your hub right here. That's it. This is the game. This is your hub. Every little station, everything you see here is unlockable. As you can see, this is your hacking post. Now, your hacking post kind of shows you the layouts and how all of the layouts work for the dungeons and allows you to skip around and you can unlock it. You can unlock bonuses for the floors and so on and so forth. Here is a list of everything. You can see here, Hive Mind District locked. You still need 6 more district keys to unlock it. So this is how you unlock zones and districts. So these here, like headquarters, this one here is Astral Harbor. This one down here is Devotion Garden. These are districts. These are places that you can go to and start your questing in. Here you have your typical library, your journal. It's got all of the little bits and pieces, lore, information about characters and creatures, what have you. That's where you're going to get it here. Then over here, this is your upgrade. This is how you upgrade individual characters. As you can see here, available chips. I don't have any of this and I didn't unlock any characters. You can unlock characters in group play. You can get bonuses and buffs and currencies for that stuff. But when it comes to the character unlocking, you can't do. So as you can see here, all sorts of weapons in the game. Some of them are specific, well, most of them are specific to a certain character, like such as heavy weapons. There's only a few characters that can use heavy weapons, so on and so forth. And you can bonus points into things like increased attack damage, range, that sort of thing. So decent little system here for upgrading. Can't really say anything wrong against that. I just bought upgrades because I was clicking around and wasn't paying attention. So that's how you do it. Here you can unlock some of the uh, workbenches, some of the places inside. You can repair some of the places in here. Here you can unlock advanced chips in the workshop, which is more upgrades for your heroes and what have you. Uh, these cost scrap. Well, that's about all you really need to know. Of course, there's hero skins. You can unlock stuff, and I'm sure that maybe in the future there'll be some DLC or some microtransactions. But that's where it's gonna lead me to this. Let me do let me show you how the game works. we'll just take a character. Start game. We'll do a quick round. Whether or not I actually succeed doesn't matter. My whole goal here is to show you how it plays, and then I'll give you my final verdict. So, this game is tower defense, escort game, and a roguelike. How is it a roguelike? You have randomly spawning enemies, you have randomly spawning loot, and it's different every time. It's the escort because the whole goal is to open up doors, and every door you open utilizes, gains you some of these resources over here. You can make generators for those resources, they become targets of enemies. Everything you do, whether it be opening a door, such as what we're going to do here, we'll go over here and open this door. You can see down on the right where you're right over here. This is your mini map, and right above it says danger. Every time you do anything in the game, you increase that danger, and then you get waves of mobs. Now, the way the waves of mobs work is every time you find one of these red rooms, as you see on the mini map, there's a red room here. We're inside of it. This red room has a spawner. This spawner happens to be a bot spawner. Gives you weakness is electricity, elemental power is arcane. So you have spawners, and every time you open a door, you have a risk of either uncovering a new spawner. You could find more loot. In this one, we found a chest, so we can open up the chest. We happen to find currency for upgrades, and then this is a pocket rocket. This here I can't use. As you can see, cannot be used by the sweeper. But I do have two characters. If you hit space, you'll switch characters. Now, I can pick this up. Now she has kind of got a delay to it. It's a little grenade launcher. But there you go. I hit spacebar, I can go back. And here we go. We'll open another room. As you can see, the danger meter went up, so we're getting closer to being attacked. So, you get vendors. Here's one of the vendors. You can get bonuses to your character. You can get new weapons. Again, roguelike. Perfect example right here. These all cost resources. Let me see if I can find one more thing. As you can also notice, see this? Build. These little nodes on the ground, these little squares, these are where you can build your turrets. So if we go to here, hit E, straight shooter, it's just a single turret, does damage to a single monster. We can put it up, and there we go. Also, over time, we can get a wave as well. So we got a wave here, and that means at 5, 4, 3, they're going to spawn from this room. So let's take a look. It even shows you a loading bar. There you go. And because we only have this one room, that's the only room that we'll get spawning from. And yeah, she's got that incredible rocket launcher. That was just wrecking people. So that was pretty good. All right. Shift, by the way, will sprint. We have the build. So here's another room. Okay. This room. This has a med kit dispenser. Holding F will heal you, and if you need to replenish. It's over here on the right-hand side. You can see where it says F1. That's one healing, one med kit that we have. This below it is dust. Dust is used to activate lights and various other interactables that will tell you that you need to use that to interact with it. Once you get into a room where it says to do that, you can just hold C and it'll do it for you. You can light up rooms. if you have a dark room, which is very unlikely in an early level like this, we'll have a dark room. But if you do get a dark room, you can hold C inside of it as long as you have enough of the dust over here, and you'll light up the room. If you don't have a room lit up, you can neither place turrets nor can you actually see mobs on the mini map. You can see them visibly like on the screen if you're in that room, but you cannot see them on the mini map. They're completely, it's like a fog of war. This here is an upgrade research terminal. You can upgrade anything from, sometimes it's characters, sometimes it's the different turrets that you can place. This is how you do it. So, let's see here. This spawns an explosive tank, so it's a different kind of turret. Now, once you activate a research, it takes a little bit of time for it to actually activate and give you the bonus. But in the meantime, you will get swarmed and you have to fight off and do a defense. So that's how that works. Let me see if I can find anything else that would be pertinent to show. Oh, yeah. This right here, these little, you know, I don't know what shape that is. It's kind of a indentation here with a panel in front of it. This allows you to build generators. Generators are high target for mobs. So if a generator is close to a mob spawn area, they will attack it first before they go after the last thing I need to show you. So there you go. There's that. We're going to get danger again. Here's another chest. All right, now you can see we're down here in this. Here's another upgrade station. This allows you to upgrade you. This is an upgrade for you. If you need to get back to the crystal escort, you can hold Alt and it'll go right to the crystal bot. This is the thing that you need to escort and protect. If this thing dies, you die. It's over. Your characters also have a Q ability, which is a special ability, and they also have an ultimate ability, which is pressing R. Some of them are supports, some of them are damage dealers, and some of them are defensive. There you go. So we just completed a wave and protected our little buddy. Now this cart, the whole purpose of this game is to get that cart to the exit. However, you never know where the exit is. There's a lot of different nuisances and nuances to how you get that goal. You also have to find the correct door. This here, we're kind of just winging it. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. So here you go. This is a final door. If I click this, then the cart becomes active and will have to run its way all the way down to here. There are ways of getting bonuses, buffing the cart and what have you. And once you do that, it can make it a lot smoother. Until then, you're all in trying to do it yourself. So while we're here, we'll go ahead and we'll build a couple turrets to help us with our escort. Could be pretty good. And I think that's about it. So we'll go back. Now there's a lot of doors left. There's a lot of doors left. There's doors that may not open until you have the bot move into a different area, and then it'll unlock a bunch of things. There's other ways of getting the bonuses for your cart by taking it to a drill location. These are all things that are further into the game. This is the basics that I just wanted to show you all. So if we hit E, hold it down, stock. So you get to save your stuff, and then you get to travel. So we want to go back to our boy. Go back to the little guy. And then we're going to start defending it. Oh, as you can see, just chugging along. Again, anytime you get into spawners, the spawners are going to... Now, if you see this turret is damaged, if you hit right, if you hit the right click, it's actually a knockback. And it'll also allow you to repair the turrets. Very good. That's a very good mechanic. I appreciate the fact that you don't have to go into a clunky menu or do anything like that to repair turrets, especially in the midst of a firefight like this. You can just punch it, and it'll repair it. It also will upgrade them whenever they've gotten enough kills and they can be upgraded, or if you go through research and have upgraded them now. If something is upgradable, if one of these turrets were, say, upgradable, it would actually show up orange on the mini-map telling you, hey, come punch me and I'll upgrade. As you can see here, I can hit, that was my Q ability, and I do have my ultimate ability if I wanted to use it. I think it's this. You get a whole bunch of pushback and toxic. I think it's like a cleaning solution. It's like a cleaning solution. This guy's like a janitor, basically. And there you go. That was one area, one zone. You get your little bonus at the end. Knocked some loot. Hero chip slot, which means that I've unlocked a hero. And there you go. That's how this works. Not too shabby. So we're going to go ahead. I don't know if I can just go back. Okay, give up and return. So there you go. That's how that works. And then it keeps going and going until you get to bosses, and it's endless. That's how this. It's a name. So, do I recommend it? If you have nostalgia for the original game, which I do not, I've seen a lot of complaints saying that this game just isn't good enough to be considered a spiritual successor. I don't know what that means because, again, I never played the original. I think the game is fine. There are some bugs. While I was playing with my buddy, there was a couple times where buttons stopped working. He actually had an issue while we're in the midst of a pretty serious firefight, trying to get to the end. It was a boss actually. He couldn't do anything. Like it opened up his wheel menu that allows you to do emotes and stuff. It opened that up, and then he couldn't touch anything else. And then his E didn't work, which is your activation button for a lot of things. That there's some kinks that need to be ironed out. That's for sure. However, the game is relatively polished, with the exception of very little when it comes to like bugs. I find that's way too rare nowadays, so I had to give them credit for that. Visually, it looks okay. It's kind of got a bit of a Borderlands meets Risk of Rain look to it. That's kind of how I got. It's what I got out of it. Um, not too bad. Visually, it looks good. Some of the sound effects in the game, I don't understand. I think they went for cutesy stuff for a lot of things. There's some guns that literally sound like wet farts, and I don't mean that like facetiously. They sound like I don't understand. Whatever. But other than that, um, The only other issue I have with it is not being able to unlock some of the stuff while you're in group play. Uh, but it's fun. We played it again. I played it for 3.5 hours. I'm gonna put up the part of that in the live channel on here, just so anybody that wants to watch a couple of goofy dudes try to play the game and learn it as they go, you can do that. Um, Again, I have a Kick channel. I've been over there streaming pretty much every day for at least a few hours. If you want to come hang out, I encourage you. Yeah, this game is $30. I would say at at worst you could get it for $30 and an hour and 50 minutes in go, yeah, it's not for me. I don't see a problem with people giving this one a go. So there you go. That's your recommendation. Go get it.